Hello students, welcome back to your computer class. So in today's class we are going to discuss about your ways to connect to the internet. Before we start that, let's learn about your requirements for connecting to the internet. To connect to the internet, there are some essential requirements. First one is modem, second one is telephone line, and third one is internet service provider, or we can say ISP in short, right? Now let's discuss about modem. As you can see in the image also, how it looks like. Modem stands for modulator, demodulator. Okay, as you can see in the name, it is written MO stands for modem, MODEM, that is given space. This device facilitates the communication between computers through telephone lines or cables, because they are wireless also, or they use wire also, right? And next, it is installed at both the senders and the receiver side. You can see it is installed at the board at the sender and receiver sides, so obviously they will have some different work. At the receiver end, it converts the digital signals into an analog signals, right? And on the receiver side end, modem stand, that is modem demodulator, converts the analog signals into digital signals. Okay, next is telephone line. The telephone line are used to transfer signals across the network. Fine. As telephone lines can carry only analog signals, there are no digital signals in that. So the digital signals produced by the computer are first it is going to convert into analog by the attached modem. Next is your ISP, that is internet service provider. As you can see in the image how it works, this is your ISP, and we get the internet with the help of ISP, government offices, home, small service business, education institutions, and so on. An ISP is an organization that provides you a connection to the internet for a free, that's fees. It means the ISP is a company or organization who charge some amount for that. Next is earlier, ISP used dial-up modem to connect a device to the network, but nowadays DSL and cable modems are used instead of that. Next is your top 3 ISPs of India are BSNL, MTL, and Bharti Airtel. Fine, it's clear. Different ways to connect to internet. You can see wireless, cable connection, dial-up connection, DSL connection, satellite connection, and cellular connection. We have these many ways to connect to the internet to your computer. Let's discuss about your wireless connection. It uses radio frequencies instead of wires or cables to connect to your internet. It means we don't use any wires here. Fine, wires are not required here. Next is data transfer rate of a Wi-Fi connection. What is Wi-Fi? You all know that. That is wireless fidelity. Wi-Fi connection is 5 Mbps to 20 Mbps speed it may have. Next is your allows multiple devices to connect. Many devices you can connect internet at the same time and you can work at. So many people can use it at the same time for the devices. Next is cable connection. As the name suggests, you can see in the image also, yes, cable is connected to your device. Yes, so here is your cable attached to your system. So cable connection requires a cable. So it is a broadband connection that turns on and as long as the cable is attached to your modem. It is many times faster than a dial-up connection, which we learned before. So this is the advantages that cable connection is many times faster than a dial-up connection. Next is your data transfer rate varies from 500 to 20 Mbps speed. Next is your dial-up connection. You can see the image here. This type of dialog box appears when you use a dial-up connection in your computer. First you have to fill the entries whatever given, and then at the end you have to click on this button, dial-up button. Then the connection will be established. So let's see what is a dial-up connection. It uses telephone line and an analog modem to connect to the internet. Next is, to establish a connection, a computer dials a specific number provided by the ISP. As you can see here, a number is required here. This connection is not expensive but slow. It means this connection is comparatively cheaper, but it is slow in working. The data transfer rate will be 56 kbps. Fine, that's why it is slow. Next is your DSL. DSL stands for Digital Subscriber Line Connection. In this type of connection, it is a high-speed broadband internet connection compared to all. It uses same wires as a regular telephone line use, along with the DSL modem. See the figure given here. You can see here, in this internet connection, we have a DSL modem attached to the device. Fine. So it uses same wires as a regular telephone line along with the DSL modem. It costs less than satellite's internet. It means it is cheaper compared to all. And the data transfer speed is 128 kbps to 8 Mbps. Next is your satellite connection. Satellite connection is used in areas that are unreached by wires or cables. Dish antenna is installed at the receiver end to catch signals emitted by the satellite. Now, as you can see in the image, this is your ISP that we have discussed earlier. ISP is Internet Service Provider. You know that this service provider will send the data to the satellite. Fine. And this satellite will transmit or broadband the data to. And this is your receiver where we used to work. You can see the dishes installed here. So receiver will catch the signal emitted by this satellite. Fine. Next is satellite internet connection is faster than the dial-up connection. Due to huge distance, its data transfer rate is around 512 kbps to 2 Mbps. Okay. Next is your cellular connection. It provides high-speed internet connection access through cell phones. Cell phones means that is yes, mobile phones which we use as a Wi-Fi. The data transfer rate varies from third generation to fourth generation. That is 3G it is 2 Mbps and for 4G it is 20 Mbps. A good connection needs a shorter distance from the place you are working. As you can see in the figure, a tower is placed here and the 4 ranges are shown. If the mobile phone is placed in the C4 range, then it would be better connection compared to your CS2 range. So hope you are clear with the topic which we have discussed here. If you are not clear with any of the topic, comment in the comment box so that your doubts will be clarified on Thursday's class. Right, children? So see you in the next class with the next topic.